KC9GCR, K9FEO.
K9FEO, K9GCR, go ahead, Justin.
Hey, Mike was on the repeater about 20 minutes ago. He wanted to check in early bird, just in case he falls asleep. So I thought I'd relay that to you.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't hear him. I had the radio turned down. I get a loud noise here, but I can hear everybody else. We have some sort of a noise level around here. I'm awful sorry about that.
Absolutely no problem, Jimmy. As long as he gets checked in there, we're all good. But he kind of has a weak signal in. But I'll give you the frequency and let you get set up and ready to go. K9FEO will be standing by.
Did he check in on this repeater?
Yes, sir. 195. K9FEO.
Oh boy, I hope he's listening. I'll go ahead and put him down. Thanks, Justin.
Absolutely, and good luck with the net. K9FEO will be clear.
KC9GCR, W9JTC. How you doing, Jimmy?
W9JTC is K9GCR. I'm doing fine. And Jamie, how you doing?
Still have the creeping crud. Yeah, it's all in my nose and in my chest. So I just wanted to do an early bird. I'm probably not going to be down here by the radio too long tonight. But anyway, you have a great net, sir.
Okay, sounds good. Get well soon. That's all I can tell you, Jamie. I'll put you down. Celery, have a good evening. Talk to you later. K9GCR, be clear. Good evening, everybody. It's 8 o'clock. And welcome to the Friday Night Fun Net on the K9RFD Repeater in Rockford. My name is Jim. My call is K9GCR. I'm located in Freeport. I'll be your host this evening. The purpose of having this net is what the name implies. To have fun. This is what this hobby of Ramps Radio is all about, in addition to providing emergency communication if when situation warrants. A secondary purpose of this net is providing on-air being placed to all Ramps Radio operators. Everybody is welcome to check in. You do not have to be a member of any club, organization, group, or association to participate in this net. All you need is a valid FCC license. This net meets each and every Friday evening at 8 p.m. This repeater is a PL 114.8 plus offset. You need to have that programmed into your radio in order to have access to the repeater. For those who may be using older radios that do not have PL capability, or the PL on your radio is not working properly, you can check in the Friday Night Fun Net by using the repeater output for the straight 195 simplex. If I hear you, I will acknowledge you and check you in the net. This is the Friday Night Fun Net for Friday, December 1st, 2023. This net is being live streamed around the world via YouTube on the internet with Mike, K9MED, Don Rochelle doing the honors. He's also recording this net for future replay on the Friday Night Fun Net Central Facebook page. Those of you who are listening on the internet, you can check in with Mike on the internet, and he in turn will relay your internet check to me via the radio. Also, if you're out in the station, you can hear the repeater, but you can't get to it due to conditions, you're too far away from it, or you don't have internet access. You can just give me a call on the Friday Night Fun Net Central Online. Area code 815-232-FNFN, 232-3636. Local Freeport number. I'll take your chicken over the phone and try to check in on the radio if at all possible. I did have one hotline check-in earlier that there was a John, case 9 DDF, in Elgin. He's having shoulder surgery. We wish him all the best. So, okay. One moment, please. Here's what we're going to do. First, we're going to take short time mobilization. If you got a family situation, or you are concentrating, you're driving, you got something else going on that you can't stay with the net, I'll take your short time station, check in, and if you have traffic, we'll do your traffic right away. After that, we'll take general check-ins. First, we'll take general check-ins from northern Illinois. Next, we'll take general check-ins from southern Wisconsin. After that, we'll take general check-ins from anywhere in northern Illinois or southern Wisconsin. When you check in the net, state whether or not you have traffic. The traffic consists of breakfast, bike rides, and ham-fest or marathons. Okay. Then after that, we'll take general check-ins. First, we'll take general check-ins from northern Illinois. Next, we'll take general check-ins from southern Wisconsin. After that, we'll take general check-ins from anywhere in northern Illinois or southern Wisconsin. So, okay. Then we'll do the Friday Night Fun Net Tech Corner. Let me reset. Anybody who especially a new hand, if you have any technical questions, are you having a problem with your power supply or amplifier? What kind of an antenna do you want to put up on your tower? What kind of radio do you want to buy? Base, mobile, all mode, APRS, FT8? If you have technical questions, please feel free to ask them. We'll do our best to answer them for you. Okay, then we'll do the Friday Night Fun Net contest / DX Corner. Did you make any DX contacts this week? We would love to hear about them. And if anybody has any information about any contests, we would like to know about them. Tonight's roundtable topic, analog versus digital. Since digital became popular a few years ago, have you talked on digital? Do you like it, or don't you like it? Or have you changed your mind about digital? One way or the other. That's what we're going to talk about tonight. This topic was suggested by Justin, K9FDO, and Bob, N4WGN. So that's what we'll be talking about on the round table tonight. Okay, I think we had 23 check-ins last week for the Thanksgiving edition of the net. We'll see how many check-ins we got. So, okay, before we continue, I have an announcement to make. Mike Proctor, H9JZ, is in the Swedish American Hospital in Rockford. He fell and broke his hip yesterday. He's going to have emergency surgery tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. So he's going to be in the hospital for several days. If we get the information about what his room number is, we'll get it out to you, and you can all send him a get well card. I got him down as an early bird check-in. I didn't hear him check in because I had my radio down because I had a bad noise level here. Again, Mike Proctor, H9JZ, is in Swedish American Hospital. He's going to be undergoing emergency surgery at tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. We'll repair he's going to have a total hip replacement. Get well soon, Mike. We miss you. Okay, we'll also call formalities out of the way. Let's get underway. Do we have any short-time mobile stations who want to check the Friday night fun? Please go now.
K9KZT, Larry, short time, have a good net.
AC9NW, Tom and Roscoe, short time, no traffic.
N9GBP, Greg in Rockford, short time.
Okay, hold on here. Got 4 stations checked in. K9KZT, Larry, the king of CW, short time tonight. Okay, 7-3, have a good evening. We'll catch you on the radio net tomorrow night. AC9NW, Tom and Roscoe, I've got you checked in short time. Have a good evening, and thank you for checking the Friday night fun net. N9 the GBP, Greg and Rockford. Long time no here. Welcome back to the airwaves. Got you checked in. Have a good evening. Thanks for checking in. 8A9VU, Mike in Janesville. You checked it on the digital side, but there was your signal was really breaking up. Do you want to try the analog side there, please?
Yeah, this is Alpha 9 Victor Uniform. I hope my signal is a little better this time. Sometimes push the buzzer too fast and it changes to digital. I've got it back now.
Okay, sounds good there, Mike. Yeah, that's what we're going to be talking about tonight, digital versus analog. Of course, I know you're checking in short time, but hey, thanks for checking in. There was a little bit of static there on the analog side, but we got you checked in. 7-3, you have a good evening. Thank you for checking in. Any more? Do we have any more short time and low stations for the Friday night fun net? Please go now. Okay, this is also for the benefit of Mike at K9MED, who's live streaming this net on the internet and recording this on the Friday Night Fun Net Facebook page. KF9SD, keep finding $9 silver dollars. Pat in Warren, Illinois. I talked to him on a Monroe repeater. He has no telephone and no internet tonight, so he asked me to put him down. It was really checking, so he's already checked in, Mike. So okay. Any more short time or mobile stations would like to check the Friday Night Fun Net? Please phone out. I'm trying to be careful not to step on anybody. Sorry for the delay, folks. Okay, let's go with general check-ins. At this time, I'll take general check-ins in Northern Illinois for the Friday Night Fun Net. Please phone out.
Net control. This is W9AXD Whiskey 9 Delta Sierra Delta calling in. Short time, no traffic.
W9DSG, I've got you checked in short time. Thanks for checking in. 7-3, you have a good evening. Okay, now we're to the general check-ins. If we have any general check-ins in northern Illinois, the Friday night fun net, please go now.
KD9MED, Carrying Rockford.
K9MED, Carrie and Rockford, the Duke of Digital DX. Okay, Carrie, I've got you checked in. I'll get back to you in a few minutes for your DX report and for the roundtable. Thanks for checking in. Any more general check-ins in northern Illinois with the Friday night fun net, please go now.
KD9YBG.
K9FEO, got a little traffic whenever you get done with the check-in.
Jimmy, I don't know if you got me the first time around. This is K9F, short time, no traffic. Flight.
Okay, I got 3 stations checked in. K9YBG, Dale and Robert have got you checked in. I'll get back to you in a few minutes for the roundtable. Thanks for checking in. Justin, K9FBO, okay, I got you down for traffic. I'll get back to you in a few minutes with your traffic. Thanks for checking in. 8K9F, David and boys got you checked in for a short time. 7-3, you have a good evening. Thanks for checking in. Okay, any more general check-ins in northern Illinois or short time stations for the Friday night fun net? Please go now. Well, there being no further checks from northern Illinois, let's see how many checks we get from southern Wisconsin. 8 stations in southern Wisconsin would like to check in the Friday night fun net this time. Please go now.
KC9RGG, Norm in Orfordville, Wisconsin.
KC9RGG, Norm in Orfordville, Wisconsin. Got you checked in, Norm. Thanks for the pictures. I got them in the mail this past the Monday, and also it's also on the Friday Night Fun Net Facebook page. Mike K9MED let me know that, so it's already been posted. Okay, Norm, I'll get back to you in a few minutes roundtable. Thanks for checking in. Any more general check-ins in southern Wisconsin for the Friday night fun net? Please go now. Well, it is Friday night fish fry night in Wisconsin. Everybody's at their favorite bar, restaurant, or tavern, eating their catfish, buffalo, carp, northern pike, walleye, muskie, crabbies, bluegills. Those of you in the Milwaukee area, you're eating your Polish sausages, hot dogs, brats, kielbasa, and brunch. Of course, the cheese will ever eat some of that famous Wisconsin cheese. You ice fishermen are listening, it won't be long till the lakes will be frozen solid out there. You'll be able to take your Jeep or some out your truck or van out there on the ice, cut holes in the ice, put up your shelter, have your TV, your radio, or your grill or what have you there. So, and your beer, yeah, you gotta have that. Okay. At this time, I'll take general check-ins from anywhere in northern Illinois or southern Wisconsin for Friday night fun net. Please go now.
89MED, Mike and Rochelle.
KD9MED, Mike and Rochelle. Okay, Mike, I've got you checked in. I'll get back to you a few minutes around here. Thanks for checking in. Any more general check-ins from anywhere in northern Illinois or southern Wisconsin for the Friday night fun net? Please go now.
Jimmy, this is KD9GDY, Jim in Beloit, Wisconsin.
KD9GDY, Jim in Beloit, Wisconsin. Okay, I got beautiful signal tonight, Jim. I've got you checked in. I'll get back to you a few minutes around here. Thanks for checking in. Any more general check-ins from northern Illinois or southern Wisconsin for the Friday night fun net? Please go now. some more check-ins later on. K9FDO, Justin, you had traffic. What do you got for us, Justin?
I was just letting you know, Jimmy, I know you're asking for a room on Mike. He's at Swedish American Hospital on the 8th floor, room 804 he's in right now, just for some information for you. As far as ham radio, I'm sure he's open to any visitors during the normal hours. So I just thought I'd pass that bit of traffic around, see if anybody wanted to go up there and say hi to him. And also, some traffic from Seth. He told me he's excited to see you tomorrow. This is K9FDO, back to net.
Okay. Thanks for the information. Thanks, Justin. AC9GZ. Hello, Mike.
Hello, Jimmy and Justin and everyone on the net. I'll be having surgery at 9 a.m. tomorrow. So, and then afterwards, I may be a little pain, they said. And then I may be doing some therapy or so. But, you know, I can probably handle this too.
We're going to be praying for you, Mike. Everybody will be praying for you. We'll have that operation be a success, and you'll be as good as new. Those people and do a lot. You'll be going through a lot of rehab, rehabilitation there. Those guys and gals do a great job. Okay, thank you very much. Mike is in room 804 on the 8th floor at Swedish American Hospital, and that's what we will still refer to. We will not call UW of Wisconsin. That's a bunch of BS as far as I'm concerned. So, get those cards and the letters in the mail and give them to Mike and tell him to get well soon. Okay, Justin, thank you very much for the traffic. All right, now, don't forget, tomorrow afternoon, 12:30 p.m., State Line Amateur Radio Club will be conducting a BE testing session tomorrow afternoon at 12:30 p.m. in the Freeport Public Library. If you want more information, please contact Tony, K9RFD. Area code 815-908-3592. Area code 815-908-3592. So, okay, we're all rooting for Seth tomorrow to pass his test. And I am sure, absolutely positively sure that he's going to pass. So, okay, we'll be enjoying having a new ham radio. Welcome a new ham to the family. So, okay, that's for sure. Okay, that's my traffic. Anybody else have any traffic guys pass along for the net? Now let me get my papers straightened out. Never fails. All right. Next will be the Friday Night Fun at the Tech Corner. What kind of an antenna do you want to put up on your tower? Are you having a problem with your power supply or amplifier? What kind of a radio do you want to buy? Bass, mobile, all mode, FT8, or mobile with analog, digital, or what have you? If you have any technical questions, please feel free to ask them at this time. We'll do our best to answer them for you. Anybody have any technical questions that I can bring before the net? Well, there will be no further technical questions. Let's go ahead with the Friday Night Fun Net contest / DX Corner. Did you make any DX contacts last week? I did last Saturday. And you know of any contests that are taking place? Anybody, okay. Anybody have any DX reports or contest information they'd like to pass along? Please go ahead.
KD9MED.
K9MED. Okay, Kerry, what do you got for us?
Thanks, Jimmy. Good evening, everybody. For contests this weekend, I see something called the SECQSO party that runs tomorrow. ARRL 160-meter contest. That's running for a day and a half this weekend. I know one guy who likes 160 meters. The Cal Bar contest, I have no idea what that is. That runs all week. Brief reset. The Pro CW contest runs for 24 hours from mid-Saturday to mid-Sunday. The INORC contest runs during the same period, and there's something called an FT Roundup. I don't know what that is. If anybody's curious about any of these, I can click on them and see what the details are. Brief reset. I was on the air for 2.5 hours this week. I made 28 contacts. I was just working strong signals this week, so I've got like 5 countries in here outside the United States. There's 2 that I'll mention. One of them was one that I heard, one that got away. RI0ST, Oleg, he's up by the North Pole. Brief reset. He was in grid square LR, which is kissing the North Pole, and on his QRZ page, all he says is that he's in the Arctic. So that's about as close as he specifies. He could be on a ship because this photo of him, it looks like he's sitting in a room with a porthole. Brief reset. The only station that I worked this week that I'm going to mention is HB8DELOY. He's in Switzerland. He was commemorating the first transatlantic contact between France and the United States, amateur contact, I guess, which took place 100 years ago. Brief reset. HB8DELOY is the radio club at the Clindale Swiss Air Force Museum. And here's a geography question for you, Jimmy. You know, every time I see a picture of Switzerland, it's all these mountains. And how can they have an Air Force if there's no place to put a runway? KD9MED.
I hear you. I hear you there, Kerry. That's for sure. Well, they made Swiss Army knives and what have you there. And oh boy, yes. So okay, sounds that sounds good. You know, I don't know if you noticed, there was a story back in World War II. I think Hitler was going to invade Switzerland. Nobody knew this. But I guess he delivered an ultimatum to the Swiss. The Swiss said, I'll tell you what, you come on in, we'll meet you with our army. And that was the end of it. It never happened. Hitler never invaded Switzerland.
The Swiss, I guess every Swiss household is issued a long arm of some kind. I had a K31 rifle, a surplus rifle from Switzerland that was manufactured in 1950. It was very, very accurate, very good rifle. Yeah, I wouldn't go invading Switzerland anytime soon.
Oh boy, I hear you there. Okay, thanks for your DX report there, Kerry. Now I'm going to give you my DX report. I did last Saturday. Let me find it here. Okay. It was parked on the air. It was on, let's see, oh boy. On the last Saturday, 25th, on 14.254 at 18:54 hours. The call was Alpha Charlie 8, Radio Hotel. He was giving me 59, William Lasser Bob Med. It was parts on the air. I don't know if it meant anything or not, but I wrote down there Kilo 1940. I don't know what all that means, but he was in Ohio. That was my only contact I made this last weekend.
Yeah, I've racked up a lot of those POTA contacts. I guess I should try and be an activator sometime. Go out to Rock Cut or something and try it. I've got the gear to do it now. You read off 10 guys that you contacted last week, and I checked them against my log, and 3 of these 10 guys I've worked before. VE4GV, WA2BOT, K9RFD. So it's a small world, huh? Thanks a lot, KD9MED.
Yeah, you're welcome, Kerry. I'm going to see if this month, I'm going to see if I can work the Christmas train. That'll be going around for a few times. And I think there's also a Santa Claus and Ned or something. I don't know. We'll wait and see what happens with that. Thanks, Kerry. Okay. Now let me put my papers and stuff away here. Okay. Before any other station have any DX reports you'd like to pass along? Okay, right now, I'm going to redo the DX Code of Conduct and the Contester's Code of Ethics. DX Code of Conduct. 1, I will listen, and then listen again before calling. 2, I will only call if I can copy the DX station properly. 3, I will not trust the DX cluster and will be sure of the DX station's call sign before calling. 4, I will not interfere with the DX station nor anyone calling and will never tune up on the DX frequency or in the QSX slot. 5, I will wait for the DX station to end a contact before I call. 6, I will always send my full call sign. Let me reset. 7, I will call and then listen for a reasonable interval. I will not call continuously. 8, I will not transmit when the DX operator calls another call sign, not mine. 9, I will not transmit when the DX operator queries a call sign, not like mine. 10, I will not transmit when the DX station requests the geographic areas other than mine. 11, when the DX operator calls me, I will not repeat my call sign unless I think he has copied it incorrectly. 12, I will be thankful if and when I do make a contact. 13, I will respect my fellow hands and conduct myself so as to earn fair respect. Then number 14, this is something that Kerry and I came up with. But number 14, I will send a QSL card or email to the DX operator to confirm my contact with the station. That's the DX Code of Conduct. Now I will read the Contester's Code of Ethics. 1, I will learn and obey the rules of any contest I enter, including the rules of my entry category. 2, I will obey the rules for amp radio in my country. 3, I will not modify my log after the contest by using additional data sources to correct call sign / exchange errors. 4, I will accept the judging and scoring decisions of the contest sponsor as final. 5, I will adhere to the DX Code of Conduct in my operating style. 6, I will yield my frequency to any emergency communications activity. And finally, number 7, I will operate my transmitter with sufficient signal quality to minimize interference to others. That's the contester's code of ethics. Well, I'll tell you what Rick, K9QDP says regarding the DX code of conduct and contester's code of ethics. He said if everybody obeyed if everybody obeyed them, then nobody would be able to making any contact. I think you may be right, but this is always good practice to follow. That's always a good idea. I always try to make sure I read these every Friday night. In the amateur's code, I'll read that later on during the net. So, okay, do we have any more stations? Let me I put my papers away here. It never fails. Do we have any more stations who would like to check into the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now. All right. Analog versus digital. Those of you I know we've had a lot of controversy about that. Just like, let's see, CW versus voice. Was it AM versus FM? Morse code versus no Morse code. PL versus no PL. The latest controversy. I'm going to ask everybody if they have digital. Have you ever talked in digital? And if you ever, do you like it or do you not? If you said that you will never use digital, as you talked on, have you changed your mind about it? Let's see. All right, that's right. That's right. He's moved on there. Gary, K9MED. I don't know if you ever talked digital or not. What do you have to say about that?
This is KD9MED. No, I don't use any of the. I guess when you're saying digital, you mean voice over IP, like the digital that some of you guys use here on the repeater on VHF. No, I don't use. I've never used those. Obviously, you know, it must add a layer of reliability and clarity to the transmission, I would think. DMR is another technology like that uses voice over IP. Brief reset. The digital mode that I use is FT8. It's a non-conversational mode. There's a whole bunch of reasons why I like it. I'm not going to run down through them all. I'm not going to tell you it's the best mode there is, but I will tell you I think it's the easiest mode for working DX, international DX. It's just easy. The other, doing it by phone or by CW requires more skill, and I'm too lazy to build those skills. But whatever works for you, brief reset. Whatever you can do with radio waves in this hobby, as long as it's legal, go for it. That's my advice. You know, everybody's got a niche. There's something for everybody here. And there's no one best aspect to it, I would say. So, if there is any controversy about it, let it be settled here. Bury the hatchet. KD9MED.
I agree with you 100%, Kerry. Yes, let it be settled here. That's for sure. Thanks for your comments and your input there, Mike. Kerry, we sure appreciate it. Okay. KD9YBG Dale, what do you think? I'm pretty sure you probably talked some digital, but if you have, what do you think about the whole thing?
KD9YBG, no, I didn't talk any digital because I don't own any of that kind of equipment. I think it'd probably be okay. I don't have it. I don't see it's any better than analog as far as, to each his own. You might go a little bit farther out than analog as far as being clear, but then after that, it kind of drops off, and analog would keep on going. So if you're looking for a weak station, analog's the way to go, as far as I can see. But I don't have anything against digital. I don't have the equipment. So for me, I guess I'm an analog guy, and eventually maybe CW a little bit in single sideband. You know, but I'm not saying there's anything bad about the other ones. It's just whatever trips the guy's trigger, I guess. KD9MED, back to net.
Okay, Dale, thanks for your input. That sounds for sure. Thanks for checking and giving us your input. Okay, Justin, K9FDO. All right, I'm not going to ask you. I know how you feel. Go ahead and let us know about this. What do you think?
Well, Jimmy, if we're talking the 2-meter side of digital voice, you know, I've played with every mode except the P25, and I've had great experiences with all. There's a bunch of different things you can do with a bunch of different modes, so... But if we, overall in general, a couple of the things that I like about digital is me, you, and Bob, we talk on that Freeport 300 repeater. And I get that about half scale, and I got to run high power to get a good signal into it. And I can get away with medium, but it's real noisy. But when we switch over to the digital side of it, I can run low power, which you guys can't copy me on apparently on 300. So I can sit there and have those 4-hour rag chews like we've been having on low power out there in Freeport. So I really like that. And as far as being mobile, it cuts out quite a bit of noise, at least on the handheld when me and you talk. You know, an FM signal when you're driving through, you got a lot of picket fencing and kind of fading going up and down hills and stuff like that. But the digital just cuts all that out. You might drop a packet or two, but it's really no big deal. And then when it cuts out and you lose the signal, being mobile, switch over to analog and you're still not getting through. So they're pretty similar there, but yeah, an analog signal might, well, it probably will cut through at extremely low signals. So I like digital. I think it's a really cool thing. Well, yeah, I do think it's a really cool thing. I like DMR. I think that's my #1 mode, but System Fusion is just as cool and more widely adopted, so I'm all for it. K9FDO, back to net.
Okay, Justin, sounds good. Thanks for your comment, Bob. Oh, by the way, 147.300 repeater in Dakota. Wires X is back on the air now. George, N9WSQ, the trustee of the repeater and the president of our Second Repeater Association, along with Dave, N9DLB. Got that going again. If anybody wants to listen to Wires X or that digital capability, tune to that repeater. They were sure continuous today. I've heard stations I think down in Texas, New York, and other places like that. I made a couple contacts yesterday with a station in New York and another station there, but they got going. But that's great. So also Dave, N9DLB has a digital node on 145.645 here in Freeport, simplex frequency. You can. He does not have it running all day. You know, he has it running from early morning until late at night. Then he shuts it off for the night. So, okay, there. You want to hear Wires X or America Link or something like that? Those are the two frequencies to go to. 145.645, 147.300. Okay. Let's move on. K9RFD Norm. What's going on with you? I don't know if you've ever talked digital or not. I'm assuming you don't. Other than that, what's going on with you?
KC9GCR, KC9RGG. Yeah, I do have a digital setup here. I'll go with Carrie, KD9MED. I consider digital to be the digital modes that we use on HF. Clarity to get through. I have a Flex Radio 1500. It has digital capability on it, like Carrie uses, but for the most part, I did a lot of work to get it set up and get it running.
I had to buy some software from a guy in Russia, so I didn't have to put 2 sound cards in my computer to get it to work. And I finally got it working here on my computer, but I have to admit, I've never made a contact with it. So one of these days I gotta dust it all off and try it again. Back to you, Jim. KC9GCR, KC9RGG.
Okay, now, Norm, sounds good. Good thing you got that equipment from Russia when you did it. You can't buy anything from there now. Okay, hey, Norm, thanks for checking in. And once again, thanks for those beautiful pictures there you sent to me in the mail and to Mike, K9MED via the email.
Yeah, I thought the pictures turned out pretty good, and I'm mighty proud to have a picture of my hat sitting next to your hat. So I'm satisfied, Jim. I'll be checking out, and as you know, I'll be hitting the sack. KC9GCR, KC9RGG.
7-3, Norm, thanks for all you do, and we'll definitely talk to you next Friday night. Thanks for checking in. KD9MED. What do you think about all this digital setup? What do you have to say?
KD9MED here. Well, Jimmy, let's see. Hang on a second here. All right, there we go. Now I'm getting the right screen on the live stream here. For some reason, I was set up for SwapNet. But anyways, yeah, I've been on digital once in a blue moon. You know, work schedule's taken up quite a bit. Brief reset. But the few times I have been on the digital, it's been the local repeater around here, and it's the ANN 225. I think that's what it is. But I think it's pretty cool, actually, because there's people that get piped in from all over the world. Like I've heard people from Japan and Europe and places like that, and talked to quite a few people across the United States. I like it, actually, but I just don't do it enough. Anyways, KD9MED, back to net.
K9GCR with the Friday Night Fun Net on the K9RFD Repeater in Rockford, transmitting from Friday Night Fun Net Center in Freeport. Okay, sounds good. Thanks for your input on that. Yeah, the problem is I don't think anybody uses that P25 much. I don't think there are very many radios down in Ogle County with that P25 capability. Too bad they couldn't have gone to System Fusion. Oh well, what are you going to do? Thanks for checking in and thanks for all you do, Mike. Okay, KD9GDY, Jim and the Boyd. I'm sure you work plenty of digital stations. What do you have to say about this?
Good evening, Jimmy, and everybody listening on the net. This is KD9GDY. Yeah, Jim up here on the north side of Beloit. Well, Jimmy, I hate to disappoint you. I haven't ever set up anything for FT8 or FT4, but I think I'm positive I've made over 6,000 QSOs with CW. So anyway, between the contesting and the SKCC and what have you. So, yeah, I do have a DMR number. I've gotten on DMR and D-Star and Fusion. I have capabilities in those 3 areas. So I have played around a little bit with that, mostly DMR. But yeah, when it comes to FT8, FT4, it's a negative for me. Back to net, KD9. Oh, I want to mention one thing here, Jimmy. Brenda, KD9GDX, my YL, and I went to breakfast this morning. We had a great time once again down there with the Rockford group down there. So I wanted to mention that. KD9GDY, back to net.
Okay, I'm glad you did have a good time with that. Thank you. You know, I'm gonna put her down. KD9GDX. I'll put her. I got her checked in already.
That sounds good there, Jimmy. Okay. All right, kick it back to you, KD9GDY.
7-3, Jim, thanks for all you do. We'll talk to you later. Okay, that concludes my list. Do we have any more stations? Want to check in the Friday Night Fun at this time? you're coming home with your Friday night fish fries, steak fries, grocery shopping, or the show, if you just turned the radio on and you've been copying the mail for the last about 44 minutes or so, this is your chance to check in the Friday night fun day for anywhere in the region. What's job traffic? Please call K9 GCR.
KD9EPZ.
KD9EPZ. Okay, Al, I know you've been listening to this conversation. What is your opinion on this?
Well, I do have DMR and D-Star capability here, although I do not have D-Star hooked to internet capability, but I have talked simplex to people on D-Star, and it is far cleaner and clearer than talking on conventional analog. I also enjoy DMR, but I wouldn't substitute it for my time I have on 2 meters. So it's I do have a hotspot, and I can get on talk groups and such all over the world through the internet. But it's I don't take it's not as real to me. It's something that's enjoyable, but it is not. I don't think it takes the skill that it takes to make communications over radio about the internet being part of it.
Okay, sounds good, Al. Well, thanks for your comments, and thank you for your input. Hopefully tonight, whenever all is said and done, everybody goes to bed, you get plenty of shut-eye. I'm sorry to hear you not getting any sleep at all last night.
Yeah, I know. I must have eaten the wrong thing or something, and came down with a case of the drizzles. Anyway, it seems to be calming down. I haven't ran to the bathroom in about an hour now, so maybe you'll give me some peace tonight, and I won't have to keep changing my sheets.
That sounds good, Al. Yeah, it's no fun when you can't sleep, that's for sure. So, okay, Al. Hey, thanks for checking the Friday night fun net and bringing us your input about the digital. So, okay, we got a lot of great answers tonight. Any more stations want to check in the Friday night fun net? Please call now. Okay, now we're going to do Friday Night Fun Net Trivia. But before we do, I'm going to read some Christmas radio nut jokes. It's that time of year, folks. Okay. Now, these first two jokes are from Brad. WW2D, KD9EG, what have you. He's gone through so many call signs, it's pathetic. But here we go. You know you are a radio nut when you run your Christmas lights all the way up to the top of your antenna. We know a lot of people, many years ago, people used to, what the days of analog TV, they had towers, they put their antennas on. Every night, they put their Christmas lights extending all the way up to their towers. So that's kind of true about that, their Christmas lights. Here's another one from Brad. You know you are a radio nut when your Christmas lights are powered by your ham radio power supply. All right, we'll find another one here. One moment, please. Here's another one from Brad. You know you're a radio nut when your Christmas lights go dim and then brighten when you're talking on single sideband. And okay. You know you're a radio nut when Santa's sleigh gets directions from you on your local 2-meter repeater. Okay, we'll do some more Christmas radio nut jokes next week, but I thought you'd like to hear plenty of them. Okay, before we proceed, do we have any more stations? Like checking the Friday Night Fun Net, please go now. VE testing session will take place tomorrow afternoon at 12:30 p.m. in the Freeport Public Library. That's put on by State Line Amateur Radio Club. You want more information? You may contact Tony, K9RFD, our EC here in Kingston County, the president of the State Line Amateur Radio Club. His phone number is area code 815-908-3592. Area code 815-908-3592. We're sure that we're going to have at least one person come and successfully pass this test. That person listening, his name is Seth over by Durant. Now here's what I'm going to do. We're going to do Friday night fun at trivia. Most of the questions are going to be on the technician's test there. So okay, let's get underway here. All right. Oh, good God, I read this question last week. Oh. All right. Okay. Who may select a desired call sign under the vanity call rules? A. Only a licensed amateur with a general or amateur extra class license. B. Only a licensed amateur with an amateur extra class. You know what? I'm going to skip this question. I read this question last week. I don't want to read it again. We'll find another one. Skip that one question, folks. All right. What is the Radio Amateur Civil Emergency Service, or RACE? A. A radio service using amateur frequencies for emergency management or civil defense communications. B. A radio service using amateur stations for emergency management or civil defense communications. C. An emergency service using amateur operators certified by a civil defense organization as being enrolled in that organization. D. All of these choices are correct. What is the Radio Amateur Civil Emergency Services, or RACE? A. A radio service using amateur frequencies for emergency management or civil defense communications. B. A radio service using Oh boy, net control screwed up, folks. All right. What is the Radio Amateur Civil Emergency Services, or RACE? A. A radio service using amateur frequencies for emergency management or civil defense communications. B. A radio service using amateur stations for emergency management or civil defense communications. C. An emergency service using amateur operators certified by a civil defense organization as being enrolled in that organization. D. All of these choices are correct. Anybody have a correct answer to this question? Okay. What is the Radio Amateur Civil Emergency Services, or RACE? A. A radio service using amateur frequencies for emergency management or civil defense communications. B. A radio service using amateur stations for emergency management or civil defense communications. C. An emergency service using amateur operators and certified by a civil defense organization that's being enrolled in that organization. Well, the correct answer is D. Delta. All these choices are correct. 97.3A38, 97.407. RACE is a special part of the amateur service created by the FCC to provide communications assistance to local, state, or federal government emergency management agencies during civil emergencies. See Part 97.407 of the FCC rules for more information on RACE. Ham Radio license manual page 618. All right. We're not reading that question. We'll find another. All right. Which of the following self-assigned indicators are acceptable when using a phone transmission? A. KL7CC stroke W3. B. KL7CC slash W3. C. KL7CC slash. That's the match. I'm going to read this again. Which of the following self-assigned indicators are acceptable when using a phone transmission? A. KL7CC stroke W3. B. KL7CC slash W3. That's where I screwed up here. C. KL7CC slash W3. D. All these choices are correct. Which of the following self-assigned indicators are acceptable when using a phone transmission? A. KL7CC stroke WC. B. KL7 slash W3. C. KL7CC slash W3. D. All of these choices are correct. Anybody correct to answer this question? Okay. Which of the following self-assigned indicators are acceptable when using a phone transmission? A. KL7CC stroke W3. B. KL7CC slash W3. C. KL7CC slash W3. Well, the correct answer is all of these choices are correct. 97.119C, FCC rule, part 97.119C says, one or more indicators may be encoded with the call sign. Each indicator must be separated from the call sign by a slant number or by any suitable word that denotes the slant mark. If an indicator is self-assigned, it must be encoded before, after, or both before and after the call sign. Ham radio license manual page 8-4. Okay. Those of us who work simplex should know the correct answer to this question by heart. Why are simplex channels designated in the VHF-UHF band plan? A. So stations within range of each other can communicate without tying up a repeater. I thought I read this question a while back. B. For contest operation. C. For working DX only. D. So stations with simple transmitters can access the repeater without automated offset. Why are simplex channels designated in the VHF-UHF band plan? A. So stations within range of each other can communicate without tying up a repeater. B. For contest operation. C. For working DX only. D. So stations may, with simple transmitters can access the repeater without automated offset. Anybody correct to answer this question? Okay. Why are simplex channels designated in the VHF-UHF band plan? Correct answer is A alpha. So stations within range of each other can communicate without tying up a repeater. If you and the station you're contacting are in range of each other, why not give simplex a try? This avoids occupying or tying up a repeater. Ham radio license manual page 6-6. Before I continue with trivia, are there any more stations you'd like to check in the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now. VHF? A, 30 to 300 kilohertz. B, 30 to 300 megahertz. C, 300 to 3,000 kilohertz. D, 300 to 3,000 megahertz. What frequency range is referred to as VHF? A, 30 to 300 kilohertz. B, 30 to 300 megahertz. C, 300 to 3,000 kilohertz. D, 300 to 3,000 megahertz. Anybody have a correct answer to this question? Okay. Whoa, what happened? Okay. What frequency range is referred to as VHF? Well, the correct answer is B, Bravo, 30 to 300 megahertz. Yeah, that's correct. That's correct. That's correct. Oh, the last segment we had about the digital, I forgot to mention. Analog versus digital, well, I like them both. That's they both each has its place in ham radio as far as I'm concerned. So anybody use that digital as a system or use it well, especially with the system fusion or whatever. Use that digital stuff well. Okay, let's continue on with the trivia segment. All right. Okay. Which is equal to 1 kilovolt? A, 1/1000th of a volt. B, 100 volts. C, 1,000 volts. D, 1,000,000 volts. Which is equal to 1 kilovolt? A, 1/1000th of a volt. B, 100 volts. C, 1,000 volts. D, 1,000,000 volts. Anybody have a correct answer to this question? Okay, which is equal to 1 kilovolt? Well, the correct answer is C, Charlie, 1,000th of a volt. And I'm not even going to bother to read that math problem. I'm just going to skip it. All right. Yeah. I ain't reading that one. I'm going to skip it. Oh, boy. Okay. How much power is delivered by a voltage of 13.8 volts DC and a current of 10 amperes? A, 138 watts. B, 0.7 watts. C, 23.8 watts. D, 3.8 watts. How much power is delivered by a voltage of 13.8 volts DC and a current of 10 amperes? A, 138 watts. B, 0.7 watts. C, 23.8 watts. D, 3.8 watts. Anybody correct answer to this question? Okay. How much power is delivered by a voltage of 13.8 volts DC and a current of 10 amperes? The correct answer is A, alpha, 138 watts. And I'm not going to bother to read that math problem. We're just going to skip it and move on. Okay. Which of the following battery chemistries is rechargeable? A, nickel metal hydride. B, lithium ion. C, lead acid. D, all these choices are correct. Which of the following battery chemistries is rechargeable? A, nickel metal hydride. B, lithium ion. C, lead acid. D, all these choices are correct. Anybody correct to answer this question? Which of the following battery chemistries is rechargeable? The correct answer is D delta. No, let's do that again. Which of the following the battery chemistries is rechargeable? A, nickel metal hydride. B, lithium ion. C, lead acid. Well, the correct answer is D delta. All of these choices are correct. Folks, sorry to take longer with these technical questions, but we got a prospective candidate there to take his test tomorrow here in Freeport. He's listening, and I want to give him every chance to memorize the questions or write them down or what have you. So, all right. One moment, please. You want to give them every chance to pass the test tomorrow. All right. Which of these components can be used as an electronic switch? A, varistor. B, potentiometer. C, transistor. D, thermistor. Oh, you know what? I'm going to skip this. I'm going to move on. I'm not reading that question. Read that one. Oh, boy. All right. What would cause a broadcast AM or FM radio to receive an amateur radio transmission unintentionally? A, the receiver is unable to reject strong signals outside the AM or FM band. B, the microphone gain of the transmitter is turned up too high. C, the audio amplifier of the transmitter is overloaded. D, the deviation of an FM transmitter is set too low. What would cause a broadcast AM or FM radio to receive an amateur radio transmission unintentionally? A, the receiver is unable to reject strong signals outside the AM or FM band. B, the microphone again of the transmitter is turned up too high. C, the audio amplifier of the transmitter is overloaded. D, the deviation of the FM transmitter is set too low. Anybody correct answer this question? All right. What would cause a broadcast AM or FM signal to receive an amateur radio transmission unintentionally? The correct answer is A, alpha. The receiver is unable to reject strong signals outside the AM or FM band. Okay, let's see. What is a disadvantage of air core coaxial cable when compared to foam or solid dielectric types? A, it has more loss per foot. B, it cannot be used for VHF or UHF antennas. C, it requires special techniques to prevent the moisture in the cable. D, it cannot be used at below freezing temperature. What is a disadvantage of air core coaxial cable when compared to foam or solid dielectric types? A, it has more loss per foot. B, it cannot be used for VHF or UHF antennas. C, it requires special techniques to prevent moisture in the cable. D, it cannot be used at below freezing temperature. Anybody correct to answer this question?
KD9EPZ, C is in Charlie.
You are correct, Al. You are correct. What is a disadvantage of air core coaxial cable when compared to foam or solid dielectric type? Correct answer is C, Charlie. It requires special techniques to prevent moisture in the cable. Connectors that can seal the coax core must be used with extra attention paid to waterproofing. Another technique is to pressurize the cable. Handbrake lights, manual pitch. 4-17. All right. Let's see. Oh, good. I'm not reading those questions. We'll move on. All right. You people who use EchoLink should know the correct answer to this question by heart. What is required before using the EchoLink system? A. Complete the required EchoLink training. B. Purchase a license to use the EchoLink software. C. Register your call sign and provide proof of license. D. All these choices are correct. What is required before using the EchoLink system? A. Complete the required EchoLink training. B. Purchase a license to use the EchoLink software. C. Register your call sign and provide proof of license. D. All these choices are correct. Anybody have the correct answer to this question?
I got a relay from Seth. He's listening. C. Charlie, K9FD.
Well, Justin, I'll tell you what. That's not the correct answer. What the book says. But I'll tell you what. You'll be. I think in a way you'll be right because I'm going to read the question. I'll tell you what. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to read the questions again. All right. Thanks, Justin. What is required before using the EchoLink system? A. Complete the required EchoLink training. B. Purchase a license to use the EchoLink software. C. Register your call sign and provide proof of license. Well, the correct answer is D. Delta. All of these choices are correct. So Seth is right on one of those questions. Okay. You must be a licensed amateur to use EchoLink repeaters. EchoLink allows audio to come from a PC and microphone, so a radio is not necessary. But hands are required to send a copy of their license to the EchoLink system administrator to be authorized to use the system. Ham radio license manual, page 614. Justin, let me know if he gets some more of these answers correct. I'm going to read some more of these questions here. Okay. Stand by. What is the approximate length in inches of a quarter wavelength vertical antenna for 146 megahertz? A. 112, B. 50, C. 19, D. 12. What is the approximate length in inches of a quarter wavelength vertical antenna for 146 megahertz? A. 112, B. 50, C. 19, D. 12. Anybody got the correct answer to this question? All right. What is the approximate length in inches of a quarter wave vertical antenna for 146 megahertz? Well, the correct answer is C. Charlie, 19. The length of a ground plane antenna is half that of a dipole, so use the formula. Length and speed equals 234/frequency in megahertz. At 146 megahertz, the ground plane is 234, but oh boy, I'm not going to read this. Let's move on. All right. What happens as the frequency of a signal in coaxial cable is increased? A. The characteristic impedance decreases. B. The loss decreases. C. The characteristic impedance increases. D. The loss increases. What happens as the frequency of a signal in coaxial cable is increased? A. The characteristic impedance decreases. B. The loss decreases. C. The characteristic impedance increases. D. The loss increases. Anybody correct answer this question? Okay, what happens as the frequency of a cable and coaxial cable is increased? Correct answer is D delta, the loss increases. Feed line loss increases with frequency for all types of feed lines. And bring the lights manual page 4-9. Before we continue with trivia, do we have any more stations who will just join us and like to check the finite fund net? Please call now.
KC9GCR W9AXD. I'm in and out.
W3MBX, okay, Matt, got you checked in. How did the game go and who won?
Junior varsity, Boylan won over Belvedere by 2 points. Close game. And varsity just got done here a little while ago. They won. I forget how many points, but it was a close game too. Very good matchup tonight.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Okay, now I was asking the question, analog versus the digital. I'm sure you probably talked on digital somehow. What do you think? Do you like it? You don't like it, or what do you say?
Oh, I love digital, and actually, I do want to experiment around with it a little bit to see. I think we were talking on the net the other night about that too, and with the other Jimmy, and so I want to see, where it drops out. Because when it drops out, it's just out. You can't pull anybody in, and I'd be okay with having an occasional digital net. I just don't want to exclude anybody because there's a lot of people with digital radios.
Oh yeah, that's very true. That's very true. Yeah, you don't want to include it. That's something we're just going to have to talk about down the road.
Yeah, roger that, Jimmy. I'm just pulling up to the QTA, so I'm going to have to hang it up here. But wanted to check in and say good evening to you and the rest of the net, and enjoy the net, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. W3MBX will be clear.
Okay, sounds good. We got the Saturday evening right tune that tomorrow night at 8 o'clock on this repeater if you want to check in. Okay, Matt, 7-3s. We'll look for a man to take his test in February. That's be next time we have the section here in Freeport. 7-3s, Matt, talk to you later. KC9GCR.
KC9GCR, K9FEO.
Go ahead, Justin.
Hey, do you still have quick access to that EchoLink question?
Oh boy, I had to turn. I'm well along in the book now. I'm almost. I'll have to find. I'll have to find it or something there.
All right, don't worry about it. I was just wondering. You can continue on. KC9GCR, K9FEO.
Hey, I'll tell you what. After the net, if we do have this finite fund net after hours, I'll find that question and I'll look it up. I'll ask about it. We'll find it here.
No, all right. I don't know. He was telling me that it's got to be C, but I just wanted to double check. No worries. Back to you, Jimmy. K9FEO will be clear.
Well, like I said, but in a way he's right. It's all those questions, A, B, C, D, well, D, all the questions are correct, and all the choices are correct, and that's what the book says. I gotta go by what the book says.
I don't know. Maybe you could check later. I don't mean to interrupt you, but we are listening, so. You can continue on. Sorry for interrupting. K9FEO.
Okay, I found it. What is required for using the EchoLink system now? Okay, you had a question about. Go ahead.
I was just wanting to see if it was D or not, but you already answered for me. KC9GCR, K9FEO.
All the answers are correct. All right. I'm going to read it again. What is required before using the EchoLink system? A. Complete the required EchoLink training. B. Purchase a license to use the EchoLink software. C. Register your call sign and provide proof of license. And D. All of these choices are correct. Well, all those choices are correct. So the correct answer is D. Delta. You must be a licensed amateur to use EchoLink repeaters. EchoLink allows audio to come from a PC and microphone, so a radio is not necessary. But hams are required to send a copy of their license to the EchoLink system administrators to be authorized to use the system. Ham radio license manual, page 6-14. Okay. Does that answer your question, Justin?
Yes, sir. K9FD.
Okay, Justin, sounds good. I figured I'd find sooner or later. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't hurt to ask. That's for sure. Okay, we'll find another question here. Hold on, all right.
K9FLO.
What is standing wave ratio, SWR? A measure of how well a load is matched to a transmission line. B, the ratio of amplifier power output to input. C, the transmitter efficiency ratio. D, an indication of the quality of your station's ground connection. What is standing wave ratio, SWR? A measure of how well a load is matched to a transmission line. B, the ratio of amplifier's power output to input. C, the transmitter efficiency ratio. D, an indication of the quality of your station's ground connection. Anybody have correct answer to this question? Okay, what is standing wave ratio, SWR? Well, the correct answer is A, alpha. A measure of how well a load is matched to a transmission line. Because SWR is determined by the amount of forward and reflected power. SWR in an antenna system is also a measure of how well the antenna or load and feed line impedances are matched. Ham radio license manual, page 4-10. All right, we'll find another one here. Okay, all right. Okay, now people, what are the toughest questions in your tech, general, or extra Q&A? Your tower questions, of course. Those of you new hands are coming to Freeport, take your test tomorrow. Those of you who passed. Someday, you're going to be part of a tower climbing expedition. You're either going to be climbing the tower itself, or you're going to be part of the ground crew. This question, if you ask this question tomorrow, you answer it correctly, this might put you over the top as far as getting your license goes. Here we go. Which is the proper grounding method for a tower? A single 4-foot ground rod driven into the ground no more than 12 inches from the base. B, a ferret core RF choke connected between the tower and ground. C, a connection between the tower base and a cold water pipe. D, separate 8-foot long ground rods for each tower leg bonded to the tower and each other. Which is the proper grounding method for a tower? A single 4-foot ground rod driven into the ground no more than 12 inches from the base. B, a ferret core RF choke connected between the tower and ground. C, a connection between the tower base and a cold water pipe. D, separate 8-foot long ground rods for each tower leg bonded to the tower and each other. Anybody have a correct answer to this question? You tower climbers should know the correct answer to this question by heart, so I'm going to read it again. Which is the proper grounding method for a tower? A single 4-foot ground rod driven into the ground no more than 12 inches from the base. B, a paracord RF choke connected between the tower and ground. C, a connection between the tower base and a cold water pipe. D, a separate 8-foot long ground rods for each tower leg bonded to the tower and each other. Anybody have correct answer to this question? Those of you who climb towers and know this correct answer to this question by heart. Okay. Which is the proper grounding method for a tower? Correct answer is D delta. Separate 8-foot long ground rods for each tower leg bonded to the tower and each other. Grounding rules for antennas and supports must be followed according to your local electrical code. Towers should be grounded with separate 8-foot long ground rods for each tower leg bonded to the tower and each other. Hamburger Life Manual, page 9-17. All right. Let's see. Trying to find another. Okay. This is the last question of the evening. Okay. All right. If I can find it. All right. Last question of the evening. What hazard is created by touching an antenna during a transmission? A, electrocution. B, RF burn to skin. C, radiation poisoning. D, all these choices are correct. What hazard is created by touching an antenna during a transmission? A, electrocution. B, RF burn to skin. C, radiation poisoning. D, all these choices are correct. Anybody correct answer this question? Okay. What hazard is created by touching an antenna during a transmission? Correct answer is B, Bravo. RF burn to skin. RF burns caused by touching or coming close to conducting surfaces with a high RF voltage present are also an effect of the heating. While these are sometimes painful, they are rarely hazardous. RF burns can be eliminated by proper bonding techniques or by preventing access to antennas. Hamburger License Manual, page 9-11. Folks, don't be stupid and try to touch the antenna when somebody's transmitting. That's all there is to it. Thanks. This concludes Friday Night Fun at Trivia for this segment, this evening. We'll do it again next week at this time. Okay. Any more stations want to check in? Please go now.
KC9GCR, K9FLO.
K9FLO, good evening indeed. What's going on with you? I didn't get to talk to you last week, but I put you down as an honorary check-in during the Thanksgiving last week.
Very good, Jimmy. By gosh, yep, we had doing other Thanksgiving stuff, so busy weekend. Otherwise, it's Friday, December 1st, and we had another snowfall, so just what we need, but the good thing it was after the first one had melted. So how's everything over in Freeport? And I heard rumors, are you going to try to get a train service, passenger train service back there? I heard that on the news today there, Jimmy. KC9GCR, K9FLO.
I'm doing fine, and it is true. They're working on trying to get passenger train service to Freeport. They're talking about building the tractor along the Pecatanga Prairie Trail, along what used to be the old interurban railroad of over 100 years ago used to run. I think they're talking about, let's see, who is it? I think it's Metra or one of those trains, railroads operating out of Chicago, talking about bringing it. They're talking about high-speed rail. That's what they're talking about.
Yeah, the only thing I'd heard was it'd be out of from Rockford, the old Rockford station, and then up to Freeport. I'm not sure. Wow, that's interesting. If that even is in the ground anymore. No idea. I haven't heard any details on it, but that'd be good. That'd be nice. Kind of going back 75 years in time or more than that, they're using rail service again. Nice mode of transportation. I'd like to see, I'm glad to hear Rockford's going to get it, but I'm not going to believe it till it's here again. Many years ago, I think one of the last couple runs they did, I used it, rode the train out of Rockford going into Chicago for work. And let me tell you, that was a real interesting train trip back then. Sometimes it was not too bad. Other times it was like an all-night adventure. So that's not very much radio talk. Sorry I'm deviating here, but I just had heard that on the news, so I'd bring it up. And otherwise, it's Friday night here and not much going on. Let me think. Anything else? Let me shoot it back to you, Jimmy. KC9GCR K9FL.
Okay, sounds good. I just want to let you know, Kurt KE9N has not checked in tonight. I heard him on the air earlier, but that was about it.
Well, that idea is working good, so, all right. No, I haven't heard him on either, although I haven't been around this evening. We went down to the club in Rockford and had our fish fry. So that's about it from here, Jimmy. Any question for the night or evening going on?
Yes, we're asking everybody. I don't know how much of anything. I don't know if you even use digital equipment or not. But I'm asking a question: if anybody uses like on 2 meters, they use like system fusion for digital or like straight to analog. And if you're not in favor, have you tried it? Are you in favor? Have you changed your mind? Do you like it or not? I just wanted to, if you use digital or if you not use digital, what do you say?
I have used it. I like it. Fusion digital because we have it here at the Beloit system, and Rockford had it in some of the other local areas, but it seems to lost its popularity or steam. So sad to say, it's one of those things. If you don't use it, we'll lose it. I haven't heard much activity on there other than APARS is on there. It's pretty. I was hoping to be more popular. A DVR would be nice if that take off, but that kind of involves a little more, I think, expensive equipment in the sense it's dedicated to that application. My understanding, although I don't have it here. And I don't know if we have a repeater in the area yet or not. So that kind of puts a grip on it. Of course, you got to go out and buy the radio for it too. So. I know the Fusion was real popular at first, and because of the price on the repeaters and things like that, but it just didn't hold the interest. It's too bad. It's a mode that we need to use because if we don't use it, somebody else out there in the commercial world will be glad to take it from us. KC9GCR K9FL.
Okay, I'm happy to report to you that the System Fusion has recently started being used more. Thanks to Justin K9FDO and yours truly and several other hands, we've been making contact. Justin just got back on the air. He's got brand new radio with the system fusion and then analog. We talk both ways. It's definitely. Let's say that system fusion around here is definitely making a comeback.
Which repeater is it, Jimmy?
We use this repeater, and of course we got the two repeaters here in Stevenson County, 147390 and 147300. That's George, N9WSQ. That's his repeater out in Dakota. He just got his radio, got Wires X back on the air on that repeater yesterday. I made 2 contacts, and today it was almost, for several hours, there was almost continuous conversation on that Wires X phone on the 300 machine.
All right, I have to listen for it. Yeah, that's good news. Good news there. Yeah, you know, I like it. It's kind of fun to play with. I like it because you can, when you talk to somebody, you receive their call sign and the mileage that they're from you. I think that's pretty cool. So it's got some little toys to go with it, give it a little more entertainment, and good. I'll listen for it, Jimmy, and maybe be able to give you some update if I catch it on there. I know we've got a couple up in Beloit and Janesville, so I'd like to see us use it. And like I said, there's always somebody out there willing to take it from us if we don't use it. And it's a good learning experience too, because it is a different technology there. So, all right, Jimmy, very good. That's Butted from here. KC9GCR, K9FLO.
Okay, well, 146715 Repeater in Clinton is a system fusion. Well, sometimes Justin gets. I don't know what time you get on in the morning, but sometimes Justin gets on in the morning. He'll talk to me on digital, and I don't know if you're able to if you have 147300 or 14739 in your radio or not. Both the Stevenson County repeaters, and yeah, that if you want to listen, that'd be fine. Also, we're going to probably be getting a new ham radio operator tomorrow. Seth, who lives in Durand, who's a friend of Justin, he's going to come to Freeport and take his test tomorrow. All indications are we believe he's going to pass tomorrow.
Very good. Yeah, that'll be a good asset to the community, and I hope he is successful, 100% successful on that there. And all right, yeah, I'll keep a listen for him there, Jimmy. Butted from here. Talk to you later. Take care. 7-3s, KC9GCR, K9FL.
7-3, Dean, thanks for checking in. We'll talk to you next Friday night. K9GCR. Any more stations you want to check in the Friday night fun, please call now. Now I'm going to give you a rundown of all the other nets we have in the area. In about 20 minutes, well 22 minutes actually, at 10 p.m. Night Watch will be getting underway. That's on the 443.750 repeater in Chicago. That has a PL of 114.8 plus offset. That runs 7 nights a week. If you can't get in the repeater, they do have EchoLink capabilities. Don't forget, tomorrow evening at 8 p.m. on this repeater, we have the Saturday evening ride tune net. I will be the net control for tomorrow's net. We go around a few times. Net control has a different subject he wants to bring up. You want to talk about that, fine. If you want to bring up something else, that's fine too. But we go around about 3 or 4 times, talk about different stuff. That's what it's all about, ride to it. That's the name of the net. Saturday evening ride tune net. Tomorrow evening at 8 p.m. on this repeater with yours truly, K9GCR. Okay, let me reset. if you're able to pick up the 146.910 repeater in Milwaukee, PL 1.7.3 Mysosa, there is a Saturday night fun net. That's right, Saturday night fun net, which is held at 8 p.m. Used to be on at 9 p.m. You got to check in a certain way, like A through G, H through N. Well, that's not exactly how they do it. I'm just saying that as an example. And some of the topics they talk about, I wouldn't even dream of bringing up on this net. So, okay. The Greene County Aries Races net is held Sunday evenings at 7:30 p.m. on the 145.110 repeater in Monroe with a PL 123.0 miles offset. God, K9YI is net control then. He's not checked into this net as of yet. And it's a combination Aries Races and Rag Tune net. So we would tune in tomorrow for that net. Also, at 8 p.m., big on the 147.375 repeater in Belvedere, PL 100.0 plus offset. Big Thunder Amps radio club holds its Sunday evening net. Likewise, at 8 p.m. on the 146.850 repeater in Sterling, PL 114.8 minus offset. Whiteside County Aries group holds its Sunday evening net. You shouldn't have any problem getting to that repeater. The antenna is 300 feet in the air on the Illinois State Police Group 1 radio tower at their headquarters down in Sterling. Okay, Monday evenings at 7 p.m. on this repeater, we will have the Monday night rah-rah info net with Larry K9KZT as your net control operator. He and I share the duties of net control operator. I ran the net last Monday, he'll run this Monday. At the end of the net, he'll have Morse code practice. And, okay, let me, okay. Oh yeah, at 8 p.m. on the 146.970 repeater in Dixon with a PL 82.5 miles offset. The Lee County Aries group holds its Monday evening net. And at 8:30 p.m. on the 146.730 repeater in DeKalb with a PL 100.0 miles offset. The Kishwaukee Amps radio club adds its Monday evening net. Okay, Tuesday evening, you got a whole slew of nets to choose from. At 7 p.m. on Tuesdays on this repeater, we have the Tuesday evening health, tech, and social net with Larry H9GO as your net control operator. We ask everybody how everybody's doing health-wise. Do you have any technical questions? Do you have anything else you want to bring before the net? As Susan is over, Larry K9KTT has another Morse code practice session. And also, at the same time that's going on, the Rock County, let me reset. At the same time, the health check and social net's going on in Janesville on the 145.450 repeater, the PL 123.0 minus offs at the Rock County Public Service net is held. Now, at 8:30 p.m. on the 147.165 repeater in Oregon, PL 146.2 plus offset the Ogle County Hams net meet. And then at the end of that net, if they have time, they'll switch over to 146.595 simplex for a short simplex net. After they get done with that net, they'll go back over to the 165 repeater for the 9 o'clock Ogle County Aries Races net. Okay. Wednesday evenings at 7 p.m. here in Freeport on the 147.390 repeater, the PL 114.8 plus offset. We have our weekly Stevens County Aries net, which I'm the net control operator. At 7:30 p.m. on the 147.120 repeater in Boyd with the PL 123.0 plus offset. The Greater Boyd Amps Radio Club holds its Wednesday evening net. Then at 8 p.m. here in Freeport on the 147.390 repeater, TL 114.8 plus offset. We have our Wednesday evening swap net. Mel, K9RFD, and I share the use of net control operator. Mel ran the net this past Wednesday, and I'll run the net this coming Wednesday. Mel brings us amateur radio news line, 15 minutes independent news broadcast of Golden Sirens and amateur radio. He just fixed up the machine, and he's able to hear amateur radio news line with no problem. So, okay. Okay. Those of you who work HF, the senile net is held every morning, Monday through Friday, between the hours of 1400 and 1500 hours Zulu, 8 a.m., 9 a.m. local time. On 14.287 megahertz, 20 meters, upper side bandwidth. Chuck, W9AXD is your net control operator. The 20-meter Ole Miss net, let's see. Old Man International Sideband Society net is held on 14.290 megahertz, 20 meters upper sideband. The 40-meter Ole Miss net is held, I believe, on 7.185 megahertz, 40 meters lower sideband. Okay, now you're all caught up today on your local nets. Support your local net control operators, your local nets, your local repeaters. If you're a member of any ham radio club, by all means support your local club. Okay, at this time, do we have any more stations who'd like to check the Friday Night Fun net? Please call now. All right. Let me tell you about the Friday Night Fun Net Central Facebook page. Go to first of all, Mike, K9MED in Rochelle is live streaming this net on the internet, and he's also recording this for future replay on Friday Night Fun Net Central Facebook page. You'll see pertinent information about the Friday Night Fun Net. You see updated pictures of my ham shack. You can see weather information. I believe we have over, I don't know what Justin was saying, about well over 168 stations signed up for it. Well, that's good. And also, if you want to listen to the Friday night, you say you missed the Friday Night Fun Net when it's not on, I've got a simple solution. Go to the Friday Night Fun Net Central Facebook page and listen to past editions of the net. And so it's Friday night, every night, with the Friday Night Fun Net Facebook page. Listen to Friday Night Fun Net all day, every day, or all night, every night. Let's say it's 3 in the morning, you can't sleep. Well, decided to say, I think I'm going to turn on the Friday Night Fun Net and listen. Maybe that'll put me to sleep. If that doesn't put you to sleep, I don't know what will. Okay. I want to tell you about the Friday Night Fun Net Central Hotline. Area code 815-232-FN-FN, 232-3636. While somebody was transmitting, the phone was ringing. It was not checking. I think it was a telemarketer. I said, "Good evening, Friday Night Fun Net." Nothing happened. So I waited about 5 seconds. I said, "Okay, goodbye." Hung up on him. Sorry, we don't take checking from telemarketers on the Friday Night Fun Net. That's all there is to it. But you can see pictures of it on the Facebook page. It's a traditional red desktop touch-tone telephone. But I'm transmitting, and if that phone rings, that's a real telephone, folks. A real telephone ring, not that phony, baloney cell phone ring. Okay, at this time, do we have any more stations who want to check in the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now. Okay, I want to thank Dan, N9DCH, the trustees repeater, and the members of the 195 group for allowing us to use this repeater to host the Friday night fun. And right now I'm going to run down the list of check-ins so far. Myself, K9 GCR, net control. Keep finding 9 silver dollars and KF9SD. I talked to him on the Monroe repeater tonight. He told me to go ahead and check him in. My K9MED, that's why you didn't hear him tonight. He has no telephone or internet service tonight. K9DDF, John and Elgin called me on the hotline. He's having shoulder surgery. Okay, H9JZ, Richard checked in his early bird. I put him down as a general check-in. A reminder, he's in Swedish American Hospital, room 804. He will be undergoing emergency hip replacement surgery at 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. Everybody keep him in your thoughts and prayers. He does have an HD, so you can talk to him anytime you want. W9JTC, Jamie, short time, let me reset. K9JCT, Larry, H9NW, N9GBC, H9VU, W9DSD, K9MED, K9YBG, K9FDO, Justin, K9F, K9RGG, Norman, KD9MED, Mike, K9GDY, KD9GDX is better F, K9EPG, Al, and Rochelle, W3MBX, Matt, and K9FLO, Dean in the Glasgow. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 18 regular check-ins. 1, 2, 3, 3 early bird to check-ins. We had a grand total of 21 check-ins overall. Do we have any more stations? I'd like to check in the Friday night fun then. Please call now. This is K9 GCR to Friday Night Funnet on K9RFD Repeater in Rockford, transmitting for Friday Night Funnet Central Report from Freeport. Any more stations want to check in this time, please call now. Okay, at this time, I'm going to do my honorary check-in. N9ARB, Tony, REC here in season. Stand by hotline. Yeah, this is K9 GCR to Friday Night Funnet and K9RFD Repeater in Rockford. That was Casey. KT9IH, he's in LaSalle, Illinois. He's a member of the Night Watcher group that checks into that net there on 44375 0. So that's okay. That's who checked in that tonight. So okay. Continuing with our list of honors. Did you hear that telephone ring, folks? That's a real telephone ring, as I say, not that phony cell phone ring. All right, continue on with my honorary check-in. N9EAB. That's Tony's better half. You see Tony tomorrow afternoon at the VE testing session here in Bridgeport at 12:30 p.m. at the Bridgeport Public Library. All right, let's see. We mustn't forget the beautiful Kishwaukee River Yacht Club, south in Rockford. 8, 9, Silver Fox, HD honorary check-in. One of the best guys in the whole world. He doesn't check in every Friday night, but he listens every Friday night. Richard, N9ZO in Belvedere. Okay. Let's check in W9AXD Kevin, HD honorary check-in. And let's see. I'm going to go ahead and put down Kurt. K9N HD honorary check-in. Let me reset. Oh, God, I had my bump. I had to turn the volume down when the phone rang. Okay, let's see. Yeah. EC9GO, Larry in Rockton. All right. AC9 ICH HD honorary check-in. I'm going to tell you what. I'm going to go ahead and put down Scott K9YI. If he checks in, I can remove the HD status. AC9YI. Scott Monroe. Okay. Okay, let's see. All right, I'm going to do my James County check-in. KD9 LOA Brandon, HD honorary check-in. KD9 OVJ John in McConnell, HD honorary check-in. John is training to become an EMT. Well, he's already on the McConnell Fire Department, so he's training to become EMT. That's why we haven't heard on the air, so, okay. N9WSQ, George, President of the James K9RFD Repeater Association, the trustee of the 147/300 Repeater, which Wires X is back on the air now. Okay, 34 check-ins overall so far. Do we have any more stations who want to check the Friday night fun? Please call now. Scott, K9YI, was that you trying to check in? Okay, I got you, Scott. What's going on with you? How's your day going so far? Okay, sounds good, Scott. Listen, I'm going to let you go here. You have a good night. Thanks for checking in. We'll catch you on the Green County Net this coming Sunday night. H9GCR. This is K9GCR, the Friday Night Fun Net. Do we have any more stations you want to check in? Please call now. One moment, please. I'll be back. let's hope we have a successful VE testing session tomorrow with Seth and Duran. We think he's gonna pass. So that's we're rooting for him. Justin's rooting for him, and that's all there is to it. We'll just see. I'll be looking forward to meeting him in person tomorrow, along with Justin. Okay. Any more stations you want checking? Please go on out. Anybody have any additional questions, comments, or input, or anything they'd like to bring before the net this time?
KC9 GCR, K9FDO.
Go ahead, Justin.
You know, I heard everybody else's thoughts about digital, but I don't know if I heard yours or not.
Yeah, I should have mentioned it earlier during the net. I like them both. That's all there is to it.
Oh, short and sweet. I like it. All right, I'll let you continue on. K9FDO on the side.
Sounds good. This is K9 GCR with the Friday Night Fun Net on K9RFD Repeater Rockford, transmitting for Friday Night Fun Net Saturday Report. It is now 10 p.m. curfew time. Parents, you know where your children are at. This is K9 GCR, the Friday Night Fun Net on the K9RFD Repeater in Rockford. It is now 10 p.m. curfew time. Parents, you know where your children are at. Lockdown. Winnebago County Jail is now going on the lockdown. At exactly 10 p.m. every night. Dispatch radios to all the corrections officers. Lockdown. Kerry, K9MED was listening. He monitors the jail, Winnebago County jail frequencies on a scanner. He doesn't live too far away from them. He's able to hear a lockdown. Time for the jailbirds to be put to bed. Lights out. Nighty night. Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite. Okay, you know what? I'm going to add one more check-in. W. No. I screwed that up. N. 4. W. G. N. 8 honor and check-in. He's having a problem with his, well, I shouldn't say that. His wife, she's kind of under the weather, and Bob is taking care of her. He lives about a mile west of me, here in Freeport. All right. Any more stations you want to check in? Please go now. Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. I think I'm just going to go ahead. I want to thank everybody for checking in. Now, be sure you tell your mothers, your fathers, your sons and daughters, your brothers and sisters, your aunts and uncles, your nieces, your nephews, your grandparents, your in-laws, your neighbors across the street, down the street, next door. Be sure you tell your butcher, your baker, your candlestick maker. Be sure to tell the clerk behind the checkout counter of your grocery store. Be sure you tell the clerk to be beyond the counter at your convenience store. Be sure you tell your waiters, your waitresses, and your bartenders at your friendly neighborhood bars, restaurants, taverns, or pubs. Be sure you tell the clerk behind the counter at your local post office when you buy your stamps or envelopes. Be sure you tell your bank teller, your stockbroker, when you go withdraw money from your bank, your stockbroker, your new car dealer, your used car dealer, your garage mechanic, your priests, your ministers, your rabbis, your mullahs, your ayatollahs, or your imams. Okay. Sure you tell your parole officer, your probation officer, your divorce lawyer. Sure you tell your boyfriends, your girlfriends, your ex-boyfriends, your ex-girlfriends, your husbands, your wives, your ex-husbands, your ex-wives, your ex-in-laws, and of course your old ladies about the Friday night fun then. Board check-ins are better than that. Make sure you have valid FCC license before you check in. I'm sorry, folks, but we do not take check-ins from jailbirds, jammers, potty mouths, crackheads, dopeheads, potheads, telemarketers. Okay. If you take a knee or sit in the clubhouse or clench your fists when the national anthem is being played, we don't take your check-ins. If you don't back the bull, we don't take your check-ins. That's the plain old all there is to it. Well, I hope you had, it was a great net tonight, folks. What do you, digital versus analog? I think we had, I think it was pretty much even Steven. Like I said, my vote is, I like them both. That's all there is to it. Okay. The system fusion and analog. Any other form of digital communication, I couldn't care less. We'll just put it that way. Okay. Well, I think this is going to conclude another edition of the Friday Night Fun Net. So, okay, I'll tell you what. This is the last call for any station you want to check in the Friday Night Fun Net. Withdraw traffic, please call K9 GCR. Last call for Ratchet Jaw. Okay, tune in again next week, same time, same repeater for another edition of the Friday Night Fun Net. Until then, this is Jim, K9 GCR. Now closing down this Friday, December 1st, 2023 edition of the Friday Night Fun Net, and return the repeater to frequency normal amp radio use at 10:06 p.m. Central Standard Time. Let's see, 4 hours of 6 minutes Zulu time with an unofficial count of 35 check-ins. That's not final. I may add some more check-ins before the night's over. We may have, if you want to, stay tuned. We're going to have, we might have a little Friday Night Fun Net after hours. We'll see if anybody wants to write you or not. Until then, 7-3 to everybody. Have a good evening. Hopefully we'll see a lot of you people at the BE testing session tomorrow. When Seth passes. Okay. This is K9 GCR. The net is now closed. The repeater is now open for normal amp radio use. 7-3 to everybody. This is K9 GCR. Wishing you all a very pleasant good night. K9MED, K9MED, K9 GCR.
KD9MED.
Go ahead and post it, Mike. Thanks for all you do. We'll talk to you next Friday night.
Alright, copy that, Jimmy. We'll get it posted here. This is KD9MED. Clear on your final.
7-3, K9 GCR. We might have maybe a rag shoot session in a few minutes here. We'll call it Friday Night Fun Net after hours. Or Friday Night Fun Net late night. K9 GCR, of course, my 7-3. Good night.